Hello. So, welcome all. First of all, I'd like to welcome a very special guest today, Dr. Swarkar Sharma, who is a renowned human molecular geneticist from University of Texas and Texas Scottish Rite Hospital in Dallas, USA. So Dr. Sharma is a doctorate in human genetics and is also having postdoc. And he is a very highly accomplished scientist, having his research publications in very reputed journals like Science, Nature Genetics, Nature Communications, Nature Scientific Reports, and many more. Apart from that, he is also having 8 NCBI gene bank database submissions and 5 patents to his credit. Uh, and I like to tell you all that Dr. Sharma was enlisted amongst leading healthcare professionals of the world in 2014 by International Biographical Center, Cambridge, UK, for his contribution to medical genetics. So he also led an international team that discovered a very rare gene in 2016 in a very remote village in Punch area of Jammu and Kashmir. So that gene, it was responsible for crippling disease, which was there in that village from generations. And that's the gene he unlocked. Okay. And apart from his research activities, he is also uh, the founder CEO of the first technology business incubation center in J&K with grant support from various national agencies that has supported more than 40 startups in J&K alone. So of late, now he is having a very ambitious initiative of 100 startups J&K, in which he is targeting around 100 innovative startups by 2021. So he is also founder and chief scientific advisor of startup BioDroid Innovations Private Limited. So that was all about Dr. Sharma. I hope that his today's talk on innovation and entrepreneurship, a promising key for self-reliance among young graduates, will be very interesting and fruitful to our veterinary graduates. So I invite Dr. Sharma to please start his presentation. The questions, if anybody is having any question during presentation, he or she may please write in comment section. At the end of presentation, we will try to take up all the questions. Thank you. And with the request, Dr. Sharma, please start your presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Randhir, and good afternoon, everyone. Before I start formally, usually, like this COVID situation has made us sit in our silos, and but probably we figured out ways to interact. And this Zoom is, or this interactive way online is one of the, I would say one of the biggest innovations of the time that has made us connect. Uh, the topic I have taken, it's altogether a different one, and probably I would say that mostly we technocrats, I'm an academician as such, as Dr. Andir told you about me. We all are scared of this particular component. Unfortunate it is, but in our hearts, we all know that whenever we talk of innovation, academic purposes, we do great. We publish great scientific research papers. We do excellent research. But when it goes to translation, or when it comes to translation at hand where people can use it, and at the same time developing products which may have some commercial values, we usually uh, we usually stay away. So this is the topic of my talk today, and um, with perspectives that maybe it's post lunch. Weather is cold here in Jammu. I don't know how is it over there. Uh, I'll try to keep it interactive. Probably that would be you would be keying in your questions over there, interactive in that sense, and um, interesting. I would try to keep it fine. So for disclosure purposes, I have shown here my associations with some of the organizations, some startups. That is the sole purpose mentioning it here is disclosures of my um, association uh, for the purposes. So going to the next, usually this kind of talk is more, interesting when we do face to face, but we have to go with these situations. So, uh, Randir, once you can confirm me that my screen is available
Yeah.
full.
Yes, yes. You can continue.
Okay, great. And in between, maybe you keep on saying yes
Yes,
or
yes.
no so that I know, okay, somebody is listening to me and the connection is
Sure.
not gone. Okay.
Sure, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Uh, So I would like to start my talk with this example. Usually, when I talk to students, I go with this one, and it's most one of the most fascinating, works of someone, and I like sharing it. At the same time, it tells the essence of, uh, you know, um, innovation and inventions. We whenever this topic comes, innovation, inventions, big things come to our mind, like um, and as well as we read about these commonly, like electricity generators, big medical equipments, and number of things. But today I would like to start my talk with a very smaller invention, and that is a straw. And believe me, this straw itself is a huge business opportunity, and the individuals or the groups involved and developing these are earning huge. So today's topic would be a totally different kind of perspectives. I would like you to come along with me. That is, how can we have innovation serve us, or how can this academics which we are engaged in, it can help us see altogether a different domain and explore different dimensions. And along with it, gives you a perspective, or maybe and just to shake you that a degree is not all about getting job. So with these perspectives, let's come to straw. And if you note that uh, this straw is in place for almost 7,000 years ago, uh, like people using it different ways, and it coming to last 150 years, two men have made it innovative, and this invention has changed the scenarios, the way we drink today. Cold drinks, shakes, and number of things. Uh, so the very first person who invented this particular the plastic straw we use, it was not plastic in the beginning itself. And Marvin Chester Stone is known as the godfather of this straw. So he was sitting enjoying his drink, and at that time it was grass, a grass straw, like if you know that, like paddy, which is um, hollow in between, and then if you can use it as straw. There is a plant called rye. So the people used to drink through rye, and as it's a grass, they used to have taste in their drinks. So this gentleman, when he was taking his drink, um, he felt that there is this bad taste of this grass, and he thought, no, I have to come up with something else. So he thought of it. He wrapped paper on a pencil, glued it, and there comes the first straw of the history, the modern straw, I would say. And over time, they modified it, and Marvin got his first patent filed on it on 1880. Why I'm sharing this, it will help us break a notion that once, okay, something is already there, so it is already there, you can't have patent on it. So patent is another word we technocrats usually we like to hear about it, but here in India we are more scared of it. So many of the times when we have some inventive or innovative research done, we straight away put it to some journal and it goes to public. Of course, it is a good thing, but many a times we have some interesting incentives that can be associated with it. We lose those and someone else harvests those benefits. So research is good, but patent and this commercialization of that technology is another perspective. Probably this is the time we academics need to look at. So the things were good, and till around 1936, I think 1915 something, this gentleman, Joseph, he was sitting in a cafe with his daughter, and she, as she was a small kid, she was try to drink off her glass. And what he noted, that she didn't like, because at the time the straw was straight. So I'm talking about how this bend in the straw came. So it is 1936. This man, Mr. Joseph, saw that his daughter is having trouble drinking from the glass, and it clicked to him. You can see up over the paper, it clicked to him that what if I put a bend, somehow I put a bend in this one. So this is probably going to change, it will bring easiness. And over the period of time, he tried different ways, as you can see the picture, um, where there's a straw in a glass labeled figure 1. You can see that how he simply added a screw at the and we all could recall, um, or we can remember when this thing that this how this invention came into picture. So this straw got its bend, and believe me guys, just bringing a bend to this straw uh, gave Mr. Joseph a patent. So the purpose of this slide here is having a simple solution, and then modification to that solution itself is patentable. So that's why. So the purpose is continuous research, at the same time bringing some beneficial additions to something is patentable. So next time, probably when you come up with some idea, do explore whether it has potential to get patented, because just as simple solution to bring a bend in a straw is enough to get your patent. And then of course having huge financials and that can come associated with it. I'll come to another example. Probably this you would like, being veterinarians. Uh, the story of Velcro. So we all know Velcro. Uh, well, we all know Velcro. That is a simple that strap that makes crunch sound. When we um, open or close, like we can strap open. Uh, I believe we all understand what a Velcro is. So it's a simple mesh on one side and hooks on the other side. So it is an alternative to zipping system. The zipper, of course, it's a patent altogether with different mechanism and technology. So that is more of a machine. So I'm not more into it. So I'm trying to bring in some easy examples that can help you open your mind that inventions and these innovativeness is not some very big thing um, to be scared of. It is a commonest one, and anyone can um, have it. And I'm sure we all are inventors, innovators. And in India, with this, we all call it jugaad. We have been inventor one or time or another, figuring out solution to our problems, maybe the local way. But of course, it is invention. So we'll come to what invention and innovation uh, has a difference. We come to later on, but of course, we all are inventors. I'm sure about it. In India, our problems help us think different, help us find innovative solution. So something of the kind happened to this gentleman, George the Minstrel. He was a Swiss engineer, and he used to take his dog for walk. Um, on the way back home, one time he noticed there are some uh, these birds. I don't know what we call in local language over there, but uh, these birds are like circular, sorry, cylindrical objects with spikes, and these are plants like. Hanji, somebody just said, what is it? What is the word for these birds? Anyone? Okay. Anyway, I'm sure it's circulated amongst the group, so everyone figured out what birds are. So this gentleman, while pulling it out of its pant and dog, noticed that these are stuck badly, and he noted that actually these are hooks, and his hairs gave him an idea that hair have loopy structure. So it came to his mind, okay, there is a way I can develop a locking mechanism. It was not one day thing. It took him time, but in 1956 he got his patent to his invention and started the Velcro company, and it's still existing. I don't know whether George is living or not, but his invention is an innovation now, and uh, believe me that the company Velcro, it's a registered trademark and a brand name. Makes around 60 million yards of it every year. uh, every patent has a limitation. One limitation is that it has an age, and that purpose of it is giving it an age is that at the same time when system wants that the person who discover or invents something gets benefit out of it, at the same time it is necessary that you put an age to restrict its authority to one individual or group, so that research and this development continues. Another component is um, uh, discovery. These are common terms: discovery, invention, and innovations. So, my purpose of talk today is helping you open your mind and make this invention or discovery to be innovation. And we come to it. What do I mean? So coming to the societal viewpoint, there are two views of creativity. One says that the elite view, another one is the developmental view. So developmental view is more of a social kind of, that it means more of kind necessity is the mother of invention kind of thing, where anyone can, come to creativity, whereas the elite view says or suggests that creativity is domain of only a few elites, like who can think different or something. uh, Personally, I feel the reality is creativity is not exclusive. Anyone can think different, and we here in India are our biggest example of it. Only thing is we don't think it that way, uh, that our inventions are these again I'll put it, our jugars have potential to be an innovation or invention that others can use. So it usually restricts to ourself itself, We do a jugaad, it ends there itself, or maybe to our family itself, or even if it becomes invention, it remains restricted, or uh, it doesn't go around. So that's why it dies off in due course of time. So biggest example is our traditional knowledge we had acquired over time in India. So that is the biggest example of it. After some time, a lot of solutions are already available, but we don't go to those. We always see new one. Seeing new solution is always good, but it should be better one. So that is the purpose. Unfortunately, our lack of confidence in ourselves, our innovations, and and these inventions are lying uh, unutilized, I would say, in the present times. So that's why I believe that creativity is not exclusive. Anyone can think creative. It can be developed by all persons depending on situations. It is mainly personal problem solving, and at the same time, it can be learned, practiced, and applied. So, what brings this slide in here today is the idea that there are three components of creativity. So, one is domain relevant skills, and this particular concept I would like to emphasize on, and I would like to touch and want you to think about. It specifically suggests that the skills we acquire through our education system, like in our case, the degrees we are acquiring. So it is bringing in skills associated with this academic, as um, as we move ahead. So can we use this knowledge we acquire, this domain knowledge we acquire, and then use it as a skill to bring in creativity? So then it requires thinking of a creative process, uh, that how it can be implemented, and at the same time intrinsic task motivation. This is again what we would like to put as like instant solutions, or solutions that come up at the time of need. So purpose is bringing in these three components together to think of creativity. And when it goes this way, when you think creative uh, with respect to your skills, with respect to your domain, so potential solutions you would bring, that would has great potential. It is all purpose of figuring out a problem and then bringing out solution to it. As I had shared with my earlier slides, the two examples of two men uh, who just figured out a problem and then simply brought a solution to it. And that solution is an innovation which we are using. So like all innovations in present times, and these are continuously expanding. These innovations are not restricted. Every day new solutions are coming in. There are two type of people. One who once bring these solutions, make it public for the use of others. Two ways: publishing their results, at the same time filing their IPs, intellectual property. So that itself is altogether different domain. We would take some another time maybe what intellectual property means. So to keep it simple, we keep it to patent at the moment itself. So that means that intellectual property or patent generates revenue, as well as it is shared with the for the benefit of the mankind. The another way uh, the another way is, of course, as I said, publication. So this slide is just to give an um, idea that creative means simply new innovations, like simply thinking different way. So the example could be a different type of sandal, or maybe different type of lamp, a different type of altogether different, like uh, and usually we, whenever somebody says creative, we this the typical domain comes to our mind is arts and associated. But believe me, creative, being creative is a perspective. That means you think different, and it is equally important, and it has equal role in any domain. So be it sciences, medical sciences, or any physical science, or any. So creative means simply adding new meaning to something with innovation or invention. Here is another perspective. So that means revolutionizing the existing concepts. This is what innovation is. Here you can see that, and it is continuously, changing. You could see that a phone in the hand of gentleman, how big it is. Then comes your, another phone, iPhone, but bigger, and then comes to smaller ones. Again, we are going to the bigger ones. No, we have 3D enhanced phones. Like we have we have um, phones in your watch. Like so it's continuously expanding. Again, concept remains same. Somebody is figuring out there is a problem to it and bringing in solution to it. Okay. These another thing is with the mail. You can see the letter, and then it translated to emails. Still, we are using email, but the present times, Facebook and its latest gadget that Facebook has bought, WhatsApp. You know that. I'm sure that no, WhatsApp is a Facebook company. So WhatsApp, which is in your, and then it is continuously changing from TikTok to a number of other applications. Uh, Again, concept remains same. Somebody is figuring out a problem, bringing it a new solution. People like the solution and pay for it. So if it is that is the thing, it is a new business. So this is a common question that comes to our mind as an academician, as a technocrat. What is the difference between invention and innovation? And here comes the difference when a technocrat can become a businessman. So invention is bringing a solution, bringing something different. There is a problem, you bring a solution. And if it is not existing, it is altogether new. It is invention. It is existing in nature, but we didn't figure it out yet, and you figured it out. It is discovery. You altogether made it. It's altogether different concept. Everything is afresh. It is invention. But when you add a profit component to it, then only it becomes innovation. So creativity brings in invention. It is bringing out new ideas, but innovation is when you make profit out of it. Okay, so innovation is new ways to make profit. So if that is the case, that innovation is not restricted to a particular domain, then it is mechanical, where we are building tractors, cars, and engines, or many of the components, or chemicals, where you are making pesticides, drugs, biological, seed varieties, um, crossbreeding, bringing in new animal breeds. Am I in? Am I there? Are you able to?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And then even managerial, that means payment for work and figuring out way over time. So these are the concepts, which are innovative concepts that brought in, and that increase productivity as well as had profit associated with it, as well as institutional, like associations, patents, banks, stock market. These all are innovations. These all are the concepts that were developed over time and brought in, benefits. So these ideas which translated into benefits, profits, are all innovations. Just for the sake of understanding, there are two type of innovations. Maybe some another time when if I get chance to talk about uh, intellectual property, we will get into details of it. But there are two ways one innovations could be. One is process innovation. That means new procedures by which, and I'm sure like in your veterinary sciences, this is one domain where you can do excellent process procedures, like new surgical procedures, new teaching procedures, new evaluation procedures. Technocrats have huge potential to contribute to this domain, not only biotechnology. Pardon me, it's more from a class in biotechnology. That's why it says biotechnology, but it is to any biologist or any scientist. This applies to that process innovations. And another one is product innovation. Product innovation is a different kind of scissor which you use to cut open a different type of needle, and depending on, or a different type of injection mechanism. It could be anything. Fine. So the whenever again the concept is there is a problem, a solution is there, an idea comes, a solution is there, it is invention. The solution has a potential to a profit, getting a profit out of it, then it becomes innovation, of course. Sorry. Fine. So two types: process innovations and then is product innovation. Moving further, like any other thing, to make it perfect, there is a process involved. You remember I shared, when I shared the story of the straw, whose straw came into existence, at the same time the Velcro. It didn't happen all together in one day. Idea came in, but there is continuous improvisation on that idea. So more you improvise, better the product would be. So better the product would be, more chances of getting, benefits out of it. So the thing is, you figured out a problem, brought a solution, so your business is never ending if it is good one. So that means you keep on adding new solutions to it. Profits, one way or another, keep on coming. Example is tea. Another one, let's take tea. It started with simply boiling of leaves and the routine procedure. Somebody figured out portability is an issue, brought in tea bags. Somebody thought, oh, probably we have we can add flavors to it. So you have no flavors in these tea bags. So if you're understanding what I'm saying, you will understand that each one of it is no, this idea is having n number of companies associated with it. Simple tea, Tata, Bagh Bakri, uh, um, Lipton, these are the companies. Then tea bags, n number of their, lot of British companies. Another thing associated with it is sugar. So sugar we used to take as crystals. Now we have sugar cubes. Now we have sugar tablets. So it's just simply everything provides the same, but the thing is, somebody figured out a problem, brought a solution to it, and this can be done in a better way by following a process, the innovation process, that is, do some research, develop product, that means make it a product, and then marketing, and of course use. Then comes having experience from the people, that whether they like it or not, and this improves innovations. I'm again emphasizing on this one is you being in academic.
Idea for zero budget farming,
Mhm.
is it patentable? So that's his question.
Karanjot, this is Simrandeep. So Simrandeep,
Yes.
it is great. You have an idea, and that is, patentability has to be explored. Potential chances are there are ways, even like these, um, being an agricultural country, so there are probably some few components where it is not patentable. But patent, good thing about patent is it is not restricted to a particular country itself. An idea or a procedure or a way may not be patentable in India, but it could be, you can patent it in, say, other countries. So it is like, again, I'll put it this way: it is your property. You may not have. I have to see whether I'm not a patent lawyer that would he or she would be the best person to tell whether these processes are patentable or not. But I'm sure there are ways one can secure. You can protect your ideas and have benefits out of it. It is all matter of figuring out. And about your idea, so I would suggest, if you want to explore more about it, locate a nearby incubator. If you are scared, that you should not. let me tell you that you have to be open, you have to come out and explore it. Best ways, explore it with some incubator. There are ways which they can help you, develop it if the idea has potential. And as you're saying, it's a zero budget farming. I'm sure it is great concept. You should explore more about it. Um, you can have my maybe email or number from Dr. Andir, and I'll help you explore more about if you couldn't find any incubator in your region that can help you.
Yes, I'd like to add on, Simrandeep, that yes, most of the processes which are involved in agriculture, they are most of them are not patentable. But yes, the agriculture tools, you are having pesticides, machineries, these are always patentable. They can be easily patented, but yes, some processes which involve general public welfare, they may not be
And then
patentable.
that again is from country to country, so it depends
Yeah.
on that. But and it keeps on changing, so what is not patentable today may become patentable tomorrow, or which is that is patentable today may go off. So it's continuously depending on what is the need, or requirement of the country. These it keeps on changing, but a patent lawyer is always the best person to tell you right about more about it.
Yeah. So another question is from Adish. How to check that the idea which you came up with is already patented or not?
Adish, the most commonest way is Google. And you simply, whatever comes to your mind, just you can Google it. But you want to do it professional way. WIPO is WIPO. You can look at. It has a search engine. You can use WIPO. It will help you figure out whether somebody has patented it or not. Another way is Google patent documents. You can explore. Indian IP. You can look at IP. IP India. So that is the Indian government website. You can even search it over there also. Again, um, yet I would say that in case you find, and you have an interesting idea, do explore with a patent lawyer, because many of the times we give up on the idea thinking, oh, it is already there. Like I gave you example of the straw. So mainly you have come up with an idea. Okay, I designed a straw, and you search and you figure out, okay, there is already a straw existing, and you may be thinking, you may think that, okay, my idea is already there. But I told you that adding a bend to that straw is also patentable. So it's always good to go to the right person to to conclude. But of course, preliminary screen you can do yourself.
Okay, so next question is from Simrandeep Singh. Can you tell about Technology Business Incubation Center?
Yes, of course. Why
Uh,
not? So
where we can
that would be
apply.
my advertisement itself. Go to maybe in the, where do I type? Um,
Simrandeep Singh.
no, I would like to type. Maybe Randir, if you can keep type in
Yeah.
www
www dot, yeah. Yes.
smvdutic.org. Or you can search
Is
in
it?
Google SMVDU TBIC. Let me tell you, there are a lot of incubators in your region itself that you can explore. But no problems. We are also open. You want to explore our incubator? You want to explore things with us? I'll be more than happy to help you out. Okay. You can go to TBIC, look at the website. There are different components over there. It's a very, it has almost the information that you are asking. I think it has almost uh, all the components over there. Simran, you can take my number also from Dr. Randir, or anyone else who wants to, um, can text me and I can revert back with more information. Yeah.
Yes. Now another question is from Tanmay. How do you get an idea patent?
Tanmay, idea patent is Not as such in India, it is not feasible. But you know what you can get? You get a provisional patent. That means that gives you 1 year to translate your idea into a physical component, and that means full patent. So that means today you are having an idea, so you want to take it further. You are skeptical. You're not able to share it with anyone else. So what you do? Go away. Go with this provisional patent. Talk to a patent lawyer, ask him that okay, you have an idea, you give him the our sketch, and he and she will file a provisional patent for you. You get a year to translate that idea and make a product out of it. If you're able to do it, not only product means, it may not be a physical, it may not be in a physical form yet, but the thing is you have figured out everything around your idea, it is patentable. Okay, so that provisional patenting gives you equal rights like a full patent is. So but it's not possible in India that you just simply patent an idea and then keep it for 20 years, because we are a developing country. But government gives you priority. That means priority that okay, you have an idea, so first benefit should come to you, but at the same time it gives you time that okay, do it in 1 year and then file the full patent. Okay, if you're able to do it, you will get patent of your idea.
Another question is from I'm not getting his
Is
full
this one?
name.
Is licensing a better alternative?
Yeah, yeah. I am only getting four alphabets GURN.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, you
it's,
can
it's,
take up.
it's from the Gurnav. So
Yeah.
Gurnav, to license someone something, first you need to protect it, then only you can license it. So first you patent it, then you can either license it or you can transfer it or you can sold it. But the first thing first, protect it. That it is again, as I told you, it is your property. So फर्स्ट पहले अपनी प्रॉपर्टी को रजिस्टर कराओ. कोर्ट ने आपको जब रजिस्ट्रेशन दे दिया कि भैया हाँ ये तुम्हारी प्रॉपर्टी है, फिर तुम उसको किसी को किराए पे दो, उसको बेचो, उसको हमेशा के लिए दे दो, दैट इज योर कॉल. बट फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट इज प्रोटेक्टिंग इट. सो फाइलिंग अ पेटेंट इज फर्स्ट थिंग. जी.
Okay, another question is from Simrandeep Singh. I think he is going to be a good businessman, a good innovator. Should we approach you for incubation at ideation stage or after some market research and with primitive business models stage?
Simran, any way it is more, you can reach out anytime. But the thing is, there are stages. So if you come up with very, you can have an exploration. You can talk to manager. Swati is the manager, so you can talk to her. You can talk to me also, but usually my phone rings and most of the times it goes. Randir has an experience; it keeps ringing. But
Very busy man.
so it's not busy, but it's like I miss most of the
Yeah.
times due to meetings. You can text me anytime. You can explore, and accordingly, someone will tell, okay, do this, and then come back. So my suggestion is, best thing is first explore the SMB2 TBIC website, and after that you come up with your question. That would be the best thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all from the student side, and one question from my side, sir.
G.
So we have an idea, okay, and we are putting in, for example, your incubation center or I think Nidhi Priyas.
Mhm.
So I want to know that is that idea which I am putting after putting up that idea with you. So after preliminary verification of that idea,
Mhm.
then is it like that a person or the person who is putting up the idea
Mhm.
to develop that idea into a model, he has to be at that incubation center for some designated time period?
Time period. No. Okay. No. So there are two things, Dr. Randhir, associated with it. First thing is you asked about Nidhi Prayas. So let me just give more. That Nidhi Prayas applications are closing on 25th. So guys, I'll tell you, if you have an idea, simple idea, you want to make prototype out of it. Prototype means idea को translate करके देखना चाहते हो. So Nidhi Prayas is the grant. Dr. Randhir, it doesn't restrict you to come over here, but at the same time it will ask you for logistics. That means how and where you are going to do it. It has financials that would be given to you, but it doesn't ask you to come here and do it. It's like idea here is that we have facilities. If you think like we have 3D modeling space, we have 3D printers, we have different things. If you require to use those, then you have to come. If you can figure out an alternative, then you need to provide it details in the Prayas application itself. Okay, this is the thing. So I'll be needing 1 lakhs for getting this idea developed to prototype. I'll be using XYZ company to help me with this, and I'll be paying that company for this. So that means you have to explain everything beforehand how you want to do it, because purpose is not bringing you here, make you sit here. Purpose is bringing out an idea and convert it into a prototype. So whatever way you can do, at the same time protecting the money invested. So that means it's not like that, okay, somebody gives an idea, okay, I'll do this, and give me 10 lakhs, because you can have up to 10 lakhs in this one. So at the same time, to protect the money itself, so there would be ways. The committee would be asking you, that gives exact details where you are going to make your product, how you are going to make your product, your timeline, and number of things are there. So it is there in the form itself. But the thing is, you need not to be here to have this Nidhi Prayas.
Okay, and so one last question.
Ji.
That is, if for it's from all of us veterinarian side. Suppose a veterinarian is having an idea about any creation of an instrument, any surgical instrument or any diagnostic instrument. Okay, so he has an idea, but to modify or to create an instrument, he is not an engineer by himself. So if he is putting up an idea, is your organization providing the other, for example, some expert from engineering side, some expert from biotechnology side, to help him out with his idea?
Yes, so this is called mentor. That means you are seeking a mentor or partner. So that means if you're seeking someone that who works on along with you, or maybe spends equal energy and time, so probably he would be your partner. Or you have something, you simply you just don't know how to do it, then you need a mentor. That mentor will help you, okay, do this. So perspective is depending on what you want to do. Both scenarios, SMBTU is an engineering institution basically. So we have mechanical engineers, computer science engineers. So we can, it's simply like floating. Okay, this is a challenge. Somebody wants a partner. So are you in? Okay, somebody will say, okay, I'm in. At the same time, you want, okay, I need mentorship. So team will give you an option. Okay, we have, these are the people with profile whom you want to take as mentors, so that you can discuss more with the person. You can take a faculty as your mentor. You can, so it's like, depending on what you want to do, it could be explored. If you can come up with a friend of yours, he may not be in your organization, maybe he's somewhere else, but you think he can do it for you, you're more than welcome to bring him along as your team partner. So it's all about flexibility. Again, as I told, it's not about just having a regular research grant kind of thing. It is more of a, you have an idea, convert it into prototype, make a business out of it. So everything is about, or you're not interested in making business out of it, okay, great, file a patent, transfer the technology, take a royalty with you or your organization, continue with whatever you're doing. So don't go into business itself, but make your invention an innovation. That means get profit component associated with it. G.
Yeah, thank you. Everything nowadays is about money, of course. Yeah,
It has always been about money. It has always
yeah,
about been
it has
money.
always been about
It
money.
is
Yes,
only,
yes.
the thing is whether you are going to earn out of it or somebody else is going to earn out of it. So it is all about that.
Yes,
कोई ना कोई
yes,
करेगा ही करेगा. जी.
yes. So thank you, sir. Thank you for such a nice and elaborative presentation on innovation and entrepreneurship. And there is, I think, one more question from
Naveen.
Mr. Naveen. Nowadays, many pharma companies are coming with same products. Are they taking these formulas on rent?
Okay, Naveen ji, your question is right. So this rent is called licensing. So you remember अभी कोविड में सीरम इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया ने लिया है किससे, ऑक्सफोर्ड से, ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी का जो वैक्सीन है ना. So serum, Oxford would be licensing serum to make it for them as well as to make it. So this rent is actually manufacturing. So there could be two ways. Licensing is when the patent is still in practice. That means it is still has a life. As I told you earlier, that 17 साल से 20 साल मिलता है. There are drugs जो काफ़ी कंपनीज बनाती हैं जिनको हम बोलते हैं जेनरिक ड्रग्स. काफ़ी जैसे पैरासीटामोल है, तो उसके लिए आपको किसी से रेंट उसके लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. वो जो किसी ने पेटेंट फाइल भी किया होगा तो वो एक्सपायर हो गया होगा. सो वंस पेटेंट इज एक्सपायर्ड, इट कम्स टू द पब्लिक डोमेन. सो दैट मीन्स मेनी ऑफ दीज कंपनीज, दिस फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनीज, उनमें पूरी एक सेटअप है जो ये एक्सप्लोर करता रहता है कि कौन सा ड्रग कब एक्सपायर हो रहा है. ठीक है, आइदर वो उसमें मॉडिफाई करके उसको नई ड्रग बना देते हैं और फाइल कर देते हैं पेटेंट, और they leave it open and everyone makes it. Okay, so this is how it goes. Licensing or renting is only with the products which are still protected. Then you have to go and ask the person or the company कि भाई मुझे लाइसेंस दे दो, मुझे आपका ये प्रोडक्ट बनाना है जी.
So thank you. I think now there is no more question, and at last I'd like to conclude. Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a nice presentation, and I hope that our young graduates will learn a lot from this presentation, and of course a few will also contact you for their ideas.
Thank you, and I'll be more than happy to. And again, thank you for giving me chance to talk about off routine. I give a lot of talks, but mostly those are restricted to my research, genetics, genomics, and all that. So I also feel bored many of the times. So it was really good talking to. Somebody's asking my email ID. Randhir, if you can.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm seeing your.
I'm having it here. Should I put your email ID?
Yeah, you put the. You can put my email ID. No issues.
Okay.
And Tanmay, it is over on the website also of SMVDU TBIC. If you search SMVDU TBIC in Google, you will find, yes. So Dr. Andhir
Yeah, this I think most of the students might not be knowing the full form of SMVDU, that is Shri Mata Vaishno Devi University, Katra, Jammu. Okay, so this is the institute where Mr. Dr. Swarkar Sharma works. And yes, this is the email I have put in the public domain for all to view. Anybody who want to have his idea shared or to have a mentorship.
Yeah,
can,
Randhir, I'm keying in my on that one, the TBIC ID. I think if it is about idea, TBIC, put it to this one. Just a minute. And this the upper one is my academic ID. This one. So this one is related to TBIC and all that. If there is something related
it
to
has been here to me privately. Just hold on.
Yeah, so I have a staff actually who helps me with this TBIC related. So the other one, the Swarkar.Sharma, it usually goes in. Yeah.
Yeah, it is there.
Good. Gee.
Okay, sir. So thanks again. Thanks very much for such a informative lecture. And with this, we end our presentation here. Thank you.
Thank you, Randhir. Thank you, and all the best to everyone. All the best to everyone. Do explore. Do explore things other than your jobs you are planning to. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.